Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another edition of This Week in the News here on DBS television. It is a pleasure having you out there for us to exchange ideas on what is happening in the country. It is our country, and it can only move forward when each and every one of us contributes his or her ideas and opinion for the good or for the common good of our country. It is a pleasure knowing that you are out there, and it is our duty to be here at your service. Our guests are already in the studios with us. We would be talking issues that concern all of us as Cameroonians. We begin by welcoming our guests who are here. We begin with Mr. Ashu Bindak Ransom. He is of the political bureau member of SPJ or PSG party. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for accepting to talk to DBS today. This is the first time that we're having you on set.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mange. I'm extremely pleased to be here. I've been watching your show on the TV.
Oh, that's good.
And I think you are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
And it is a singular pleasure for me to be here today and have a chat with you and with others as well.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you, and knowing that you have been following us from a background, it gives us a push in the back that at least we should go on, we should go ahead. We have Mr. NGANGWA Gabriel. He is a teacher and a civil society. It's not the first time that we're having him on set. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being there this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Venatius. Good afternoon to my co-panelists and to all those that are connected to DBS TV this afternoon. I want to wish you a happy Sunday and a special greetings to Foyang Jedon and Ba Philia who are watching presently.
It's a pleasure having you, and we hope that we would be able to exchange and share ideas on these issues affecting Cameroon. Equally in the studio, we have Mr. Kum Jerum. That's not the first time that we're having him. He has been a regular member of this panel. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Venatius. Good afternoon, my fellow panelists and wonderful viewers and fans of DBS television. It's always a privilege and a wonderful moment coming around to share important viewpoint that will go a long way to shape destiny and rearrange the future of this country in one way or the other. Mr. Mange Venatius, I believe that what the media has been doing has been outstanding, and we believe that it's going to bring a change to the numerous aspirations that we have been desiring to happen to our beloved continent, not only country, our beloved continent Africa and continent Cameroon. So this is another opportunity, and thank you for always coining the topics that are touching the grassroots citizen, especially the accident in Bonaberi that happened at my very presence.
Oh, thank God.
And
as an
also,
eyewitness.
Yeah, and also the fake
appointment decrees, presidential decree,
and a lot of other things which have been making news. We are here to share our viewpoints on that. Thank you once more, Mr. Venatius.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Kum, and you believe you talk from first-hand information from those who witnessed the issue. After Mr. Kum Jerum, we are still expecting some of our guests to make their way into the studios, but then we look at general issues first. We talk about the ongoing FIFA World Cup, the 23rd edition that is ongoing in 3 countries, Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. The group stages rounded up already, and the balance sheet for Africa has been largely positive. Out of the 10 representatives that took the African continent into this World Football Jamboree, 9 out of 10 has crossed into the knockout stages. Tunisia bowed out. That's the only African team that left at that preliminary stage. We want to begin with you, Mr. Ashu. What is your take when you look at this, what is going on with the World Cup and the participation of Africa?
I think the results are very clear and they speak for themselves. We've had a lot of trouble. Africa vis-a-vis the World Cup. Yes. You remember far back when we were represented by just a few nations, until 1982, when Cameroon did the impossible.
1990.
No, 1982.
Yes.
When Cameroon did the impossible, that's when they began to know that Africa could
Can do something.
Cameroon did not lose a match. They drew all their matches. Honorably left in the first round, but they did a wonderful job. No African country before them had done that before. So I think that from 1982, Cameroon already started showing that Africa was a big continent. Then came 1990. After 1990, the rest of the story is very clear. But today we are witnessing a culmination of all of those efforts that have been doing that just like the seeds that have been sown over this year since 1982. Now we are in 2026. We have 10 teams. Apart from Tunisia, I don't know what happened, but they just went and distributed points and came back.
Exactly.
Distributed points and goals and came back. So apart from Tunisia, it has been a wonderful experience for Africa. And I think that at these elimination stages, more African countries are going to go forward. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. That is your reading of it. Mr. Ngangwa, Gabriel, you have been watching the World Cup like all of us have been doing. 9 out of 10 teams crossing over to such a decisive moment of the competition. How do you judge African participation in the competition?
Well, Mr. Venatius, I think it's interesting to understand that we have teams that are actually representing us at the global stage. It's wonderful to watch countries that are going ahead, but it pains my heart that my country is not there. But anyway, we have to clap for those that are going ahead. They are keeping records, and we pray that they should go further than those that have ever gone there. I'm thinking of countries like Morocco in 2022 that went right to semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking of countries like Cameroon that went right to quarterfinals, yes. Senegal, and those kind of countries. So if we have countries in Africa that are going ahead, I think we need to support them actually. And I will call on the federations of these countries concerned to actually work hand in glove with the players and the different ministries that are in charge of sports, so that the different administrative tumults will not play down on the morals of the players. We need them to represent us more for very good results. Yes.
Thank you so much. You indicated something. Cameroon is not participating. Mr. Kum, I wanted to take from you. Cameroon, we are watching from our homes. And who should be responsible for the fact that Cameroon is not participating in this competition?
Cameroon is not participating in the FIFA World Cup 2026. And coming back to ascertain who should be responsible, there are a whole lot of, quarters where we can point our hands to. It is not a single individual responsibility that has prevented the Cameroon national team from participating in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, it is something that is collective. You see, FIFA football is a collective game, and as a collective game, it needs what we call coordination, it needs what we call fan base and preparation. If we had to go back to the qualifiers for this World Cup that just ended, I would say
it has not ended. The World Cup has not ended.
No, I mean eliminations, qualifiers to take part, to be among the chosen 9.
Okay.
Yes.
10.
So
Chosen 10.
Chosen 10.
The qualifiers brought out the 10 teams that qualified for the competition.
The 10 teams that qualified.
Yes.
Yes. If you go back to that, we would discover that first aspect that led to the non-qualification of Cameroon is indiscipline. Indiscipline. And the portray of unprofessionalism from some stars that we've been looking up to them. I saw over the television a squad that is a team of players who, demonstrated, insubordination to, should I say the faker foot? There was a question of paying allegiance, be it to faker foot, the coach, the ministry, and all of these things put together. You and I, Mr. Venatius, the ministry in charge of sport and physical education, faker foot, and the players we all contributed to make Cameroon not to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. And it all has to do of what? The tussle between Feka footballs and the supposed coach who should have a leading role to do what? Feka foot coach, Feka foot, the coach, and the ministry. All of these, they play a vital role not to qualify Cameroon, because we discovered that when this coach left, the new breed of players that were pumped into the national team, they demonstrated some strength and bravery. Whereas, if I should compare with what Mark Breeze was doing, he was playing game of names. We don't have to carry on sport with names. We carry on sport with what? Efficiency, efficacy, omnipresency. Because sport is something that you can be capable today, but in the next 3 or 4 days, you are not fit. But we failed. This is technical failure from the side of, our former coach, Mr. Mark Breeze.
Okay.
And as I earlier said, the Cameroonian public, the Feka food and the ministry, we are responsible for all of this.
All right.
Yes, for the non-qualification.
All right. Just before
yes,
before we dive into the next thing, Mr. Venatius.
Permit me to take a new person who is coming on board. We have
take it like that.
We have Mr. Harris Okoloko. He is of the MRC party. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us in this debate.
Good afternoon, you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon of all sympathisants and militants of CRM.
Yes.
Especially Professor Alain Foguet and Bibou Nisak. I want before start, I want to make my apologize for this late. Well, you should know I'm not an Englishman. I'm Frenchman. No, should you want to?
You are a Cameroonian.
Okay,
that is it. Yeah, Cameroonian, and feel free to talk in English and in French.
Thank you.
You are a Cameroonian, my brother.
Okay. Veuillez m'excuser si la suite du débat se déroule en français.
Thank you so much. You got part of the discussion that we were talking about. We're talking about the FIFA World Cup that is ongoing. 9 out of 10 African teams have crossed over to knockout stages, and Cameroon. Somebody indicated here Cameroon was among those who sowed the seed that we have up to 10 representatives in the World Cup this time. In 1990, there were practically 3, and after Cameroon's participation, they rose to 5. Now, we are watching from home. Who is responsible for us watching the World Cup from home? Mr. Kum thinks that it is a shared responsibility. Yes.
First, je vais d'abord commencer par faire un petit bilan de la première phase des qualifications de la Coupe du Monde, des équipes africaines, des performances des équipes africaines en Coupe du Monde. Déjà, il faut apprécier leur performance parce que sur 10 équipes, 9 se sont qualifiées. On a un taux de on peut qualifier ça, on peut résumer cela à un taux de réussite de performance des équipes africaines à 90%. Donc, c'est une belle performance pour le premier tour. Et vraiment, nous espérons que la suite, on va continuer toujours d'enregistrer de tels taux de performance. Pourquoi pas avoir une équipe africaine dans les derniers carrés. Maintenant, en ce qui concerne les responsabilités, le Cameroun, malheureusement, sur les 10 participants, n'en fait pas partie. En ce qui concerne les responsabilités, le fameux débat, tous les Camerounais sont responsables. Non, vraiment, il faut qu'on arrête ça. Les Camerounais, supporters que nous sommes, consommateurs du football que nous sommes, je suis surpris que vous nous englobez là-dedans. Alors que nous demandons qu'à avoir du beau football. Nous, consommateurs du football, on nous a vendu les maillots chers. Les prix du maillot ont doublé, voire triplé, pour ne pas dire quadruplé. Les maillots se vendaient dans ce pays à 15 000 francs. Lorsque vous achetiez plusieurs, vous obteniez une réduction. Mais l'ère actuelle est venue, ils ont fait augmenter les prix. On est passé d'abord de 15 000, je ne sais pas si c'est 45 000, c'est 35 000. Après, on a estimé que non, ce n'est pas suffisant. On est maintenant. Vous avez vu le prix des derniers maillots? Vous avez vu le prix des derniers maillots? Dites le prix des derniers maillots. Dites le prix à l'antenne, dites le prix des derniers maillots. Dites le prix des derniers maillots.
He may not have the exact.
Voilà, 80 000 un maillot. 80 000 un maillot. nous, on a d'abord serré le cœur, on a acheté à 45 000. C'était pas de gaieté de cœur. Maintenant, on est parti à 80 000.
La qualité.
Vraiment. Ça, c'est le prix d'un loyer. Hein, quand tu dis qualité, là, ça, c'est le prix d'un loyer. Et donc, jusque-là, on vient nous dire que nous sommes... Non, vraiment, il faut être sérieux. Nous, les supporters, un supporter comme moi, je ne me sens pas responsable de l'échec des Lions indomptables. Parce que moi, je m'acquitte des devoirs de supporter. Je paye le maillot cher, je m'acquitte des droits sportifs. Quand je vais au stade, je paye l'entrée au stade. Un stade comme Epana, tout le monde connaît, qui a 2 portes. Excusez-moi de faire la publicité. Il y a la porte officielle et la porte des étals. Moi, quand je vais au stade, je paye la porte officielle. Je laisse la porte des étoiles pour payer l'entrée au stade. Et malgré tout ça, les Lions ne vont pas en Coupe du Monde. Vous venez dire que moi, je suis responsable. Non, monsieur. Les supporters camerounais, les consommateurs du football camerounais ne sont en rien responsables de la non-qualification du football, de la non-qualification des Lions indomptables à la Coupe du Monde. C'est l'administration du football, l'ère actuelle. C'est à eux qu'il faut poser la question. Pourquoi les Lions ne sont pas qualifiés? Quel est cet imbroglio qu'on rencontre là? On a eu combien de staff? Les joueurs se sont entraînés, les équipements sportifs ont été confisqués. D'autres disent que ça a été ça. Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Maintenant, qui endosse alors les responsabilités?
Mais les décideurs du football de ce pays, c'est-à-dire que la FECAFOOT et le MICEP, dans une moindre mesure, parce que c'est entre eux qu'il faut se décider, ils croyaient qu'on allait arriver où avec ce désordre. La non-qualification des Lions indomptables, c'est la résultante de ce désordre qui perdure dans le football camerounais, rien d'autre.
Mais pour ajouter, il y avait les Camerounais, parce que le Cameroun est divisé en deux, dans les deux camps que vous entendez.
Qui les a divisés?
Donc nous, on a maintenant les Églisiens et les Ibous.
Non, qui les a divisés?
Non, c'est les Camerounais.
Non.
Maintenant, quand il parle de les Camerounais qui ont le part, est-ce que cet esprit n'a pas aussi contribué à ça?
Depuis l'histoire de la création de l'équipe nationale, il y a toujours eu des clans, il y a toujours eu des factions à l'intérieur de l'équipe nationale. Peut-être l'ancien était là avant moi, il a connu l'époque belle et tout ça.
Oui, bien sûr.
Il y a toujours eu des factions. Mais est-ce que ça concernait les Camerounais?
Est-ce que les Camerounais... Non, ça concerne les Camerounais.
Non, attends, laisse-moi aller vite.
C'est le football, c'est un jeu collectif. On a vu ce qui s'est passé avec Kylian Mbappé.
Yes, let him talk. Let him talk. We will come back to him. Yes, go on, please.
Il y avait, depuis la nuit des temps, il y a toujours eu des factions à l'intérieur de l'équipe nationale. Mais jamais ça ne s'est internationalisé au point de toucher les supporters. Maintenant, la question de savoir qui a fait sortir ça on appelle ça comment là, ça restait toujours dans les vestiaires.
Dans les vestiaires, oui.
Mais maintenant, qui a fait sortir ces clans-là pour ramener ça au niveau des supporters? C'est nous.
Ok. Donc, dans tous les cas, selon vous, c'est soit le FECAFOOT et le MINSEP qui sont responsables de
Bien
cet
sûr,
échec.
tout à fait.
All right. We are talking because we have to learn from our mistakes so that in future competitions, we are still having the African Nations Cup that will be coming up, so that we should not miss because of all this conflicts of interest perhaps, not for the common good, but then we hope that Cameroonians will have to learn something different from this World Cup that we're watching from the house.
Tout à fait.
Because when we talk of football, Cameroon should be a frontline actor when it talks about football in Africa.
Bien sûr, nous sommes une grande nation de football.
Mais il paraît maintenant qu'on n'a plus les grandes nations en football. Parce qu'on prend le Cap-Vert qui nous a fait rentrer. Cap-Vert est en train de...
Non, il ne faut pas prendre des
même
surprises.
Eswatini.
Non, il ne faut pas prendre des surprises. Ou bien, vous appelez ça quoi, la chance des débutants pour en faire une règle. Ou alors pour dire quoi, il faut prendre l'exception pour faire la règle.
All right.
Le Cameroun, c'est une grande nation de football.
Oui.
L'histoire de l'Afrique en matière de football, c'est écrit avec le Cameroun. Donc, ce n'est pas parce que aujourd'hui, il va de soi que c'est...
Mais c'est dommage, ils étaient débutants aussi. L'équipe du Cameroun était débutant en 82. Comme le Cap-Vert d'aujourd'hui.
Oui.
C'était une surprise.
Oui.
Comme le Cap-Vert d'aujourd'hui.
Oui, mais
donc on ne peut pas complètement éliminer le Cap-Vert comme si c'est...
Non, je n'élimine pas le Cap-Vert. Je dis que le Cap-Vert, on ne peut pas pour le moment, on ne peut pas encore appeler le Cap-Vert à côté du Cameroun.
Non,
Cameroun. Voilà, on s'est compris. On s'est compris. De 82, vous voyez bien, vous avez cité 82.
Oui.
De 82 particulièrement jusqu'en 2000. Parce que la dernière grande performance des Lions indomptables remonte en 2000. De 82 jusqu'en 2000, on a enregistré une constance des Lions à la participation des Coupes d'Amérique, ça fait quand même quoi, près de 30 ans.
Ouais.
Est-ce que le Cap Vert est même à 15 ans?
No, the Cap Vert.
Voilà.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I love but then we dive directly into our topic of discussion. That was just our icebreaker so that we could get into the spirit of the discussion. Like we indicated, we begin with our first topic. Our first topic should be the accident in Bonaberi. This week, another incident occurred in Bonaberi, Douala 4 subdivision, where a number of Cameroonians lost their lives in an accident that is said to have that has been caused by a container that fell off a truck and killed Cameroonians. In this edition of the program, we want to look at what should have been the reason, the accident at Bonaberi, who should be responsible. For us to begin the discussion, we begin with this excerpt from an eyewitness who was there that very night when the accident occurred in Bonaberi. Let us take that excerpt from that Bonaberi accident, and when we come back, we continue with the discussion here.
Vous voyez un peu, non? Moi, il venait d'arriver, ma voiture, je suis même en panne là-bas. J'étais en train de réfléchir comment il avait fait pour gérer la situation. Maintenant, je vois comment le camion, ça arrive ici, là. Hein? J'ai seulement vu comment le conteneur vient, c'est d'abord venu comme ça, ça c'est entré dans le trou qui est ici, là. Le conteneur est d'abord venu comme ça, là. Après, maintenant, ça repart encore. Ça veut dire qu'il y a au moins, si c'est petit, au moins 8 personnes qui sont en bas du camion, là. Il y a bien les gens là-bas en bas. Donc voilà ce qui s'est passé. Et tout ça, c'est pourquoi? C'est parce que les routes, on n'arrange pas les routes ici au pays. Si on mettait les routes à rouge, c'est qu'il n'y a rien. C'est que personne n'est mort là-bas ce soir-ci là. Donc il faut à tout prix qu'on essaie de voir comment faire pour gérer les routes ici au Cameroun. Nous on en est marre. On en est marre. Chaque jour, il y a quoi faire? Il y a quoi? D'abord les routes, on venait comme ça. Vous voyez?
Thank you so much, producer. That was what we could lay hands on that very night when we were at the accident scene. But then, away from what the camera saw, we have an eyewitness who was there, who witnessed the incident. Mr. Kumjerum, what is your own account of that accident?
Well, what I'm going to say, Mr. Venatius, as far as this accident is concerned, and so many other numerous wayward behavior in Cameroon, first is the mentality. The mentality, that is the mentality of Cameroonians and the way they carry on their activities. Because prior to this accident, the first fingers are pointing to the recklessness of the driver. That is the first thing. Blaming the road at the first position, to me, is a no-go game. If this guy approaching this area, it was a turning point. And according to the normal norms of driving, you don't come at that point at high speeds. Yes, you regulate it, and then in town driving has that number of kilometers per hour out of town, but we don't respect it. It's recklessness. It's no respect of norms, because maybe they just acquire the driving certificate. All of this issue, particularly in Bonaberi, Mr. Venatius, the whole responsibility is attributed to the guy who was on the steering. It is not the state of the road. We know that we don't have road in Cameroon, and not only in Cameroon. I'm not like fanning the government. The government is not doing well, not only in Cameroon, but in Africa. We don't have road, but our mentalities are bad. This thing is attributed to the driver. And then now, I was in Bonaberi, Mr. Venatius, and before this incident happened, somebody saw me holding a comb of corn with my hand, and I said I cannot throw it down there. We have a famous guy, they call him Jacques Betranman, who is snapping garbages everywhere. It is not the government of Cameroon that is coming down and throwing all of those things. Yes. They are human beings who are every day on television panels like this, who are criticizing the state, but our mentality, which need reformation and renaissance, are degrading. Yes, because if we are more careful, Cameroonians, ils n'ont peur de rien. They are afraid of nothing. They just do everything at every time, because they know that quand ça se produit, on va pointer le doigt à Itudi. Probia n'est pas omniprésent, le ministre n'est pas omniprésent. Away from this guy who caused this fatal accident that has claimed the life of Cameroonian, the next person is the Minister of Transport. when I used to tell people, please, yes, when I used to tell people that Minister Atanga Paul is one of the blessings that this Cameroon has ever had in his ministry, he will come out and denounce this. Since this incident occurred, we have not heard from Gale Biper, the Minister of Transport, but he is there. Several similar incidents are occurring all over Cameroon. The people remain in their homes, in their ministry, as if it is a normal business. Mr. Venatius, some of these ministers, they need to resign. Away from our poor mentality, away from our mindset, some of the ministries are not helping this country. And those that are helping Cameroon, we instead point at them to be bad. If you point the majority of Cameroonians, those that are not upright, they will tell you, Mr. Atanga is not doing well. Whereas in his ministry, he will come out, denounce it, and call the people to order. This is a transport company. This very company was supposed to be called to order, and then strict measures be put in place. You have to be scrutinized before you are given a category B, C, D license. In Cameroon, you finish your motorboy work, and after your motorboy work, that's good. You are on the steering. You don't care. You know that if it happens, they will say bad road. That particular stretch of the road is not as bad as it is. I was from Mabada. It is not. We know we don't have road in Cameroon, Mr. Venatius. At times, we should be able to take responsibility. That young man understanding, I think he was drunk. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because we cannot stand here and say that that accident, it was only produced as a result of bad road. I'm not a member of government. I'm not a member of CPDM, but we must face fact and take responsibility. Mr. Venatius, not diverting our topic. People throw garbage everywhere, on the streets, in water, creating pollution, and we are getting sick every day, accusing the council, accusing the president. Is it the president that will come and sweep my compound?
All right, thank
will
you.
Come and sweep your house? No, c'est pas possible, non, monsieur.
Thank you.
Ce n'est pas ça.
Tu es sérieux?
Are
you serious?
We'll come back. We'll come back. Man.
Are you serious?
We are coming back, Mr.
I just want to understand. Are you serious?
Yes, Mr. Harris, we are coming back. We'll come back. Let us take Mr. Ashu. Mr. Ashu, this is another case of one accident too many that has to do with loss of lives. That is a version of somebody who was there. We got another version of somebody who was there. There was a pothole. The container entered into a pothole, lost control, as in man is indicating, and the truck and the container failed. And from every indication, that is supposed to be at a roundabout. It's a bend. Now, let us come back to you. When you look at the situation of this accident, who should be held accountable first with this road condition that contributes to death along our highways?
Yeah, thank you. I think what my fellow panelist has been saying there has not been too far from the truth, but he's not really pointing a finger at the person who is supposed to be responsible.
Thank you.
Because I think that if the driver is irresponsible, if the people who are supposed to control the driver are irresponsible, if the minister is irresponsible, I think there is just one culmination to that. It is bad governance. You understand? It is just simply bad governance. Because in good governance, because we say, like they say, le Cameroun est géré. Le Cameroun n'est pas gouverné. Le Cameroun est géré comme une société individuelle même. Vous comprenez un peu? So if you look at that, it starts from the top and it's coming down. You understand? The man at the top doesn't do his job. The man beneath him doesn't do his job because it's a pyramid going on. You understand? One man is at the top and then it starts spreading down until it reaches the grassroots. So if from the top nothing is working well, everything collapses beneath that.
Tout à fait.
Exactly.
So
Logic.
what I have noticed here is just a problem of bad governance in Cameroon.
Tout à fait. Exactly.
That is causing all this loss of life.
Yes, and
Simple.
what leads to that? There are simple factors that lead to that. One of the commonest of them is corruption. So if you ask me, there are no two things. It's just about changing the system of governance and try to govern in a better manner. And all of these things, every other thing will fall into place.
All right.
That's what I think.
We'll be coming back because it has to do with the question of accountability and assuming their responsibility.
Of course.
before we take Mr. Koloko, let us take Mr. Longla Blasius. He is a clergy, political analyst, and a civil society. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for accepting to talk to DBS today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to my fellow panelists. Good afternoon to all the millions of televiewers of DBS. And I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you so much. You got us already on course talking about the accident in Bonaberi. What was your first reaction when you got this other accident that is said to have killed a number of Cameroonians? The death toll that very evening was 4 people that were crushed by that container. What was your first reaction?
Yeah, it was 4, but 2 was also injured.
Yes.
2 was injured because when I heard of it, I went to the scene.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Because I based in Bonaberi. Yeah, so when I went there, it is one among so many that have been happening in Cameroon, and it is high time we tell the government the truth. You know, I shed tears, I bleed for the family. The same way we Cameroonians, we have been crying every day. I mean, for all the numerous accidents that have been happening on our road. And like the other panelists said, I think there is no other 2 persons to be blamed. After we must have cried, after we must have buried our loved ones, we need to point the finger directly to where it's supposed to be pointed. Because what happened that night was the issue of Bat Road. If you look at that junctions very well, you will see the potholes around there. Despite the fact that maybe the driver might be somehow or maybe did not master the road, but if the road was well constructed, I don't think or I don't believe that that accident could have happened. The accident happened because of the potholes that was there. And what we're supposed to know is there are so many drivers nowadays that will try to dodge a pothole and prefer to even hit somebody. Now, if there are not potholes, I believe that they will maintain their road and they will pass their way and go. So we cried and will continue to cry. And to tell the government the truth, the road that was supposed to be constructed in Bonaberi, it is our country, and we know how the embezzlements have been happening. And that junction, the cemetery junction, is among so many other junctions. Like, from example, if you go to right now, from example, that's a junction or that's a roundabout that was just constructed, that has been constructed just few months ago.
Exactly.
And if you go there, you will see the number of potholes. You will see how the road has been, I mean,
in less than a year.
Not up to 3 months. We are talking something not up to 3 months because it happened, not up to 3-4 months because they finished the road just few months ago. And you go there now, you will discover that the road has, I don't know whether the Chinese or the companies that was employed there to do their work, they are not doing their work, or maybe there is something that is actually happening. They are not using the right material to construct our road or to build our road and so on. You will discover that the road, the roundabout has, in fact, everything has gone down.
It has collapsed.
It has collapsed. Everything has gone down. And it causes not only accident but traffic.
Traffic, yes.
Because you go to Bonaberi now, the highest traffic is at Rai, and that's a road that was just constructed. That's a road that was just constructed.
Of that roundabout.
And it gave us that mind to ask to begin to ask ourselves questions. Is it that the company that was hired or that was paid to work the road, to construct the road, they are not using, or they did not use the right material, or what is actually happening? And that's how everywhere. And now when the government send the company at the road, I heard one of our panelists say something here very important, that there are some ministries, that there are some ministers that are not doing their job, which is normal, but normal that everybody is seeing it. And again, we point the finger directly at number 1 person in the country, which is the President of the Republic. Now, so many ministers are not doing their work. Why? Because some of them are afraid. Some of them are not engaging into afraid because very soon there will be ministerial reshufflement.
Cabinet, yes.
Yes, and the date has not yet come. I mean, people have been waiting. The ministers have been waiting, because if you when I use the word afraid, if you are a minister and maybe you engage into a project and tomorrow the reshufflement comes out and your name is not appear, so who is at the loss? You will be at the loss because you have started a project you have not finished. So that's why you see the country is at a standstill. The country is not moving. Nothing is moving. And if we don't cry to the government to really hear our voices, to be honest, they will record numerous deaths and numerous accidents every day. When you look at what even happens along the Douala Tiko road, the accidents, because of the road. It's because of the road. We don't have roads in Cameroon. We don't have roads in Cameroon. And we are talking about Bonaberi, sir. We are talking about Bonaberi, where billions of francs CFA has been put into the hands of companies and ministers to walk that road. And today we are still crying of junctions that have not been constructed. So it is so aching. When you even watch the family crying, there was a mother that just left the hospital, just opposite. Left the hospital and just to go and buy something with the daughter and
lost their life.
And they lost their life.
Exactly.
So it is so painful, sir. It is so painful. We pray that those who are up there, and we thank the DBS also for giving us this platform so that we can cry for them to hear and do the right thing at the right time.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll be coming back to before we take Mr. Koloko, Mr. Ngangwa, Gabriel. Roads. When you listen to what Mr. Longla is talking about, roads have been contracts have been awarded to road contractors.
Yes.
There is an audit. There is an audit that is carried out at the end of the construction. What is happening to those audits? When a road is constructed within a period of 3, 4, 5 months, that's not the only roads in Bonaberi. We have the road linking Cameroon Saint Michel and CCC roundabout.
Yes.
The road are constructed in less than 2 months. Potholes have been developing there. Yet there are audit team.
Yes.
What is happening with this audit team that are supposed to come and confirm that this road has been duly carried out?
Mr. Venachos, it's very unfortunate that we have this kind of things happening in our country. It shows that nothing is working, actually, as my co-panelist said. Because if we have audit teams and we have companies that are in charge of road construction, at the end, nothing is done about the poor state of the road. It means that their work was not well done. Then something has to be done about this. We are going back to the Ministry of Transport. They should go back and check those that they are sending to the field to verify the work done. The materials they are using, they are just patching things that are not supposed to be patched. We don't play with roads. That's a highway that claims people's lives. So they should check the people they are sending to the field to do the work. It's not just about roads here. It applies to for every other ministry. If you go to education, it's the same. Those that they send to the field to do the work, they don't do the work well. The inspectors they send to inspect teachers teaching, do they even inspect? So it's everywhere. It's not just about auditing when it comes to road construction. So it's very, very unfortunate. If it's the company that is not doing well, I don't think we have only one company that's in charge of road construction. We need to change and take the one that can do an effective job. Now, going back to the sad incident we had at Mabanda, I think we cannot solely put this blame on one person, neither the driver as
who's the one person that
that's where I'm driving to.
Go on, please.
We should not just put everything on the driver entirely, or to be so categorical that the driver actually caused the accident. I think such things are shared. When you look at accidents generally, 70 to 80% could be as a result of recklessness. That's the human factor. 20% approximately could go to the poor infrastructure that we have. That is where the potholes come in, and that is where we blame now the ministries and the ministers and those that are in charge of all of those kind of things. And the 10% approximately goes to technical faults, mechanical faults,
the state of the car plying a road.
We don't know. That is why we have places where cars are supposed to be checked. But the question is, how many drivers check their cars? How many drivers service their cars? We are not just talking about cars that carry cargo like this. We have passenger cars. Before they take off, they need to be checked properly, just like airplanes. But it's unfortunate that we don't do that. So I think our country has a kind of serious malaria when it comes to these kind of things. If you have been traveling to Yaoundé, to other parts of Cameroon, you understand what I'm saying. I boarded a bus to Yaoundé once, I think 4 years ago. This kind of buses that you just take around yourself. Before we could arrive Yaoundé, I think I died more than 20 times. Yes. Because you cannot imagine when you look at
We are laughing, but this is a,
it's terrible.
Yes.
It's terrible. In Pidgin, we say, face me, I face you. And then the boss is looking so tired and crying on the way and just for salvation. It's not good. These are things that should be taken into consideration. The funniest thing is that these vehicles will pass checkpoints with police people, gendarmes.
Who are supposed to do control?
Yes, but they actually control.
Okay, yes. The Cameroonian way.
The question now is, what are we doing? How are we helping ourselves? We cannot just put the blame on one person. All of these key actors should come into play. I think this pothole in Mabanda did not just appear that night. It did not just appear.
It started as a small crack, as open,
and it developed systematically till it became big. And even at that stage, cars were still passing. Even trailers were passing, carrying containers. They were passing, and nothing was happening. But that night, something happened. So we have to bring all these factors, and then we'll try to understand what happened. So if we can we can start from here to do the sensitization campaign. Even if our government is sleeping, we should not sleep. We can do the sensitization campaign.
We here is who?
You and I.
Cameroonian?
Yes, Cameroonians. Because we all travel. Before I came here, I was in a taxi.
Normally.
Yes. So we have to carry on with this sensitization campaign to let people know that they need to check their cars before they take off. Overloading is another problem. Who knows? Maybe the container was heavily loaded. That is why it tumbled. It fell. It is actually unfortunate. So we can only say extend our condolences to the people who lost their lives. And it is unfortunate. This is making news just because maybe many people died under the container. A lot of things have been happening like this, and we've not been hearing. Every day. Yesterday I had a ride from Yassa towards Ari. I met an accident. There was no pothole. 2 people died. Yes, I saw them. The bike man died.
And this week,
there was no pothole.
The program is this week.
So what
in the
happened?
news.
Maybe the driver.
There was equally another accident between Bafoussam and Yaoundé.
Look at that.
Involving a travel agency, and so many people died.
Exactly.
All right. Yes, sir. Before we take Mr. Koloko, because
yes, that we are talking. We are not talking of a highway here. We are talking of a junction that some of us has mastered it so well. And if I listened very well to my co-panelist, he said we should not put the blame on one person, and we should share the blame. I think if we talk of the government, we have shared the blame, because when we talk of government is not an individual.
Yes,
we are talking of the Ministry of Transport, that they are not doing their work very well. Because if the Ministry of Transport, even the checking, as my brother is saying, it's not us. I mean, you and I, that's supposed to go to the parks and or wheresoever to check the cars. If police are on the highway to control vehicles, police are the government. They are working with the government. They are government workers.
Road safety.
If road safety is on the highway to check, they are also working with the government. They are the government that we are talking about here. Now, if we are talking about the road also, we are talking about the Ministry of that's the Ministry of Public Works, the Ministry of Public Works, which is also the member of the government. We are talking about the Ministry of Transport, which is also the member of government. So we are talking. Look, the municipal council, all of them, their form is a team. So if something is not working, let us say it is not working. The government of Cameroon is dead. The government of Cameroon is not moving. There is nothing. We have a government that is sitting on the wheelchair. That nothing is moving, and when you are on a wheelchair you cannot walk. We need a government that is vibrant. We need a government that will go to the field and do the work. We need a government that is standing on their legs, on their feet, and not sitting on the ground. We need a government that will go to the field and do the work that we want. All these things that we are talking about here, every blames go on the government. We are not talking on the road that the vehicle was passing. Even if a driver is drunk, it's not you as a journalist to go and control that driver that you are drunk. You're not supposed to drive. We have police on the roadside to control all those things. That this driver, you are drunk, you're not supposed to drive. If the police are not doing their work, who are we to blame? Are we not supposed to blame the government? Or we're supposed to go and call an individual, a policeman, that okay, you are the one that you are not doing your work? No, we call Martin Bangangele that the policemen that he has put on the road, they are not doing their work. We call the Ministry of Transport that those that they are put on the road, they are not doing their work. So the government supposed to take every responsibility of what has happened there in Mabanda.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Koloko, come in. This accident occurred in Cameroon here, close to about 2 years. The government came out with a note, an order, asking that heavy-duty trucks are not supposed to circulate within urban areas between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. This accident is one that is said to have been violating such case. What is happening with such orders?
Ça devait changer quoi.
If that truck was not circulating, maybe we would not have had this accident.
Même si les gars respectaient les horaires là, c'est à l'heure là qu'ils n'allaient pas se renverser.
Maybe at late hours, because from 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, maybe to 6 a.m. the next morning, that is to limit the number of people who are on the streets.
But the number of people under the container
The problem is the truck falling.
will be limited. Or there will be nobody under the container. Maybe.
Yes.
People are collateral damage.
Le problème c'est la chute de cet engin.
Yes, come on.
Est-ce
Please.
que si cycleur à minuit ou c'est quelle heure que vous dites là, il ne devait pas tomber.
So what should be done to avoid such? That's where we are coming back.
D'abord, avec votre permission, le MSC par ma modeste voix veut adresser un message de condoléances et de réconfort aux familles durement éprouvées dans cet accident. Vous voyez. Et nous, au MSC, nous disons jusqu'à quand les pouvoirs publics vont continuer de nier que le mauvais état de route tue les populations. Jusqu'à quand ils vont continuer de nier cette évidence. Le rôle d'un gouvernement, c'est de protéger la vie de leurs citoyens. Vous comprenez? C'est ça le rôle. Oui. Lorsque une mère et sa fille perdent la vie simplement parce qu'elles marchaient sur le trottoir, vraiment, est-ce qu'on peut encore parler que l'État joue son rôle de protéger la vie de ses concitoyens? À ce moment-là, il y a ce qu'on appelle le contrat social est rompu. Et ce qui nous glace encore, c'est l'impunité dans laquelle règnent les responsables de cette défaillance infrastructurelle. Et c'est ce que le professeur Maurice Kamto a condamné lorsqu'il parle, a fustigé, lorsqu'il parle de codification de l'irresponsabilité et de l'impunité. C'est-à-dire que l'impunité et l'irresponsabilité dans notre pays, qui devaient être considérés comme des actes isolés, sont désormais devenus des choses normales. À tel point qu'on veut même justifier jusqu'à dire que c'est la faute du chauffeur. Vraiment. Donc le chauffeur sortait là, il venait pour renverser son camion. Le chauffeur, il fait son travail. Le chauffeur là, il était à son poste, c'est son poste de travail. Donc il venait pour renverser le camion. Il venait là pour renverser le camion et tuer les gens. Non, vraiment, il faut qu'on soit sérieux dans ce pays. L'entière responsabilité vient du fait que la route, est dû au mauvais état de la route. L'extrait que vous avez passé là, le concitoyen qu'on interroge le dit clairement. Il le dit clairement. Si on était l'engin là, c'est pratiquement 5 ou 10 tonnes. Mais est-ce que 5 ou 10 tonnes se renversent comme ça? Si on était sur un plan stable, c'est-à-dire que la route est bien là, est-ce que l'engin là va se renverser? Si vous voyez un engin de presque 5-10 tonnes se renverse, c'est parce qu'il y a quelque chose qui l'a déséquilibré. À la base, il a été déséquilibré. Il est tombé. Donc, vraiment, je ne pense pas qu'un chauffeur se lève le matin, il vient à son poste de travail qui est vous savez ça quoi là, son volant pour tuer les gens. Non, je ne pense pas. La responsabilité, c'est la défaillance du suivi, le mauvais état des routes, les routes qui ne sont pas entretenues. Et nous pensons au MSC que au 21e siècle, des problèmes aussi anachroniques comme l'aménagement des routes ne doit plus tuer les Camerounais. Et pour ce problème, notre solution dans le troisième chantier sur le chapitre de l'aménagement du territoire est très simple. Nous disons que, comme il a parlé tout à l'heure, le MINTP, les missions du MINTP sont tellement vastes. Le MINTP à lui seul, c'est la construction, l'entretien, le suivi, le contrôle, c'est vaste. C'est tellement vaste que ça peut créer un goulot d'étranglement. Et donc nous au MSC, comme proposition, nous disons que nous allons sortir les missions d'entretien du réseau routier au MINTP et la confier à une agence d'entretien des routes avec une autonomie dans les décisions. Une agence spécialisée dans l'entretien des routes décentralisée. Il faut que je précise. Donc c'est notre solution là-bas. Que là, on est au moins sûr qu'en cas de dégradation de la route, les réponses seront rapides.
All right. Thank you. I'll come back to Mr. Ashu. Mr. Ashu, what is coming out from this discussion is the state of our roads are not that can help limit the number of deaths that we have been recording in Cameroon. Now, where's the problem? Is it lack of finance, lack of competence, or lack of will? Where is the problem coming from? That, like he is talking in the 21st century, we are still talking of poor state of roads in the country.
About competence, I think we have enough engineers and all of those people who are responsible to do these things. About finance, we are generating enough finances in this country to be able to repair our roads. What are these? What do they call them in English? Peage. How do they call them? Toll gates.
Yes.
Where is the money going to? That money is supposed to serve in the maintenance of roads. So where is it going to? It's going to someone's pockets. And they're taking it out there to go and enjoy themselves, taking them to the hospitals, to expensive hospitals. Okay. No, so about finance, we can always have it. About technicians, we have them. Now we come back to the last one. Is it a question of will? Not really a question of will. It's not really a question of will. Like I said before, this country is being run as a sole proprietorship. Now we don't have state institutions, right? We don't have state institutions. Let me give you examples. It is someone who runs a company and then takes his friends and puts in certain places. Now you stay here. I bet Camille Mita has been in this employment fund for how many years? Over 30 years. Adolf Mudiki is there in Sonora. It is his thing. You understand? And those state institutions are like that. How do you expect them to function? You put me somewhere and say, okay, this is your own. Just do what you want to do. That's why I call Cameroon is run by a sole proprietorship. There is one owner of a company, then he puts his friends in different places. That's the way the country is run.
Yeah, we have a parliament that is in session that is supposed to control those government.
No, but who is in
those checks and parliament?
Who is in
checks and control?
Yeah, who is in parliament? The parliament has a majority that belongs to the sole proprietor. They are there to sing his praises. To begin with, our parliament is a rubber stamp parliament, full of hand clappers who sing the praises of others. You understand? Of one man, sorry, not of others, of one man. So how do you expect them to sing? Decisions in the assembly are taken by vote. They have
and the majority
3/4 of the assembly is made up of the same people. How do you expect anything good to pass through that parliament? They must dance to the tune of that sole proprietor. You understand?
Exactly.
Okay, now, it is not a question of will, it is not a question of technicians, it is not even a question of finance.
Of means, yes.
Yes.
It's not a question for driver.
Yes. It is a question of removing the sore thumb that we have, which is the bad government, and replacing it with the proper government. You understand? And replacing with the proper government. If you go into what the CPDM has as a plan for Cameroon, it sounds very good on paper.
Nothing.
Even the sole proprietor himself wrote something, communal liberalism. It sounds very good to read. When it came to power, he said rigor and moralization. We know there's no rigor in Cameroon. The moral standards have fallen so far down below that they are flawless.
Exactly.
So it is the inverse of what we were supposed to see, and even lower than that. So that's why people like us come up. As at SPG, we say this thing has to stop. We have to renew the social contract with the population. That's what we are striving to do at SPG now. That's why we are looking forward to the next elections and calling on Cameroonians to go out there in their numbers and vote. If they steal the votes, we'll continue until we can beat them at their own game.
Exactly.
Because nothing lasts forever. We have a complete. We have an obligation, which is to me somehow innate. It should be inside of us. It should be some kind of force that is driving us for us to be able to move this country forward from this sore thumb that we have cut it off and put something better in place. Apart from that, there is nothing we can do, there's nothing we can say that will change anything if this government stays in power. Okay, now, they have been in power for so long, so much so that they just forgot their responsibilities. And then they think they are invincible. Nothing can happen to them. But even guns fail. We have seen guns fail in the Northwest. We have seen guns fail woefully in the Northwest.
Jusqu'à c'est un peu les responsables.
Yes. So you understand? Who brought the guns there? The people who brought the guns, they know themselves. Even though they go and say les gens qui ont pris les armes contre l'État. But we know that in this country, c'est l'État qui prend les armes contre ses concitoyens.
No, the state doesn't take arms against its citizens. What the state does is protect its citizens.
Okay, you call that protection?
Of course.
You call that protection?
Because the state cannot sit and see
if you follow,
people take guns.
No, if you follow what happened, they started off with stones, then catapults, then guns. Now they have repeater rifles. And whose kind of repeater rifles? They have M21s that are used by the army. They have Kalash that are used by the army. Who sold them the arms?
Il faut lui demander. Pour protéger qui contre quoi?
Contre quoi?
Protect Cameroonians. The duty of the military is to protect Cameroonians from any threat.
Contre quoi?
Contre quoi?
Okay.
Ou contre qui?
All right.
Contre qui?
That's not the argument.
Non,
Yes.
il faut pas faire.
Donc ça va. Revenons sur le sujet.
Yes.
Okay, we are saying that until this short term goes off, there's nothing that we are going to do, because in Cameroon here, what we always do is, you see where we're sitting on a panel like this, we have millions of these panels in Cameroon every year. Now it's about time we started asking ourselves, all this our paneling, how far? I think we should take a rain check. We do some polling about this paneling in Cameroon, because at a certain point now, we are almost becoming like them who sit, when there's something happen, they form a committee of what that never brings out any results. Yes. So our paneling now is beginning to be like those committees that don't bring out any results. I think we should sit and take a rain check. We do some kind of vox pop and say, but this paneling, how is it affecting people? Let's try to dig through and see. Maybe if we do that, we could take another approach and see how we can up our game. Because our problem is to take these people out.
Okay, that has always been the goal. That has always been the goal of every opposition, to put out the ruling party so as to gain power, take over power.
It's not about getting power. That's where there's a problem. Taking power is different. You can take power because you want to enjoy power. Because you want to stay in power, you want to have some powers and do things with impunity like they are doing. Maybe that's why they took power. But we are taking power because we want to renew the social contract with the people. You understand? Because we have an interest in the people. Because we want to involve the people into what happens to them. You understand?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not just about taking power.
Yes, we'll be coming back to you, Mr. Ashu. But then, before we take Mr. Ngangwa, let me go back to Mr. Longla. I think we should be taking our second topic, so that we should touch our second topic to talk about this other event. I don't know whether it is funny or the way it happened, that a fake presidential decree, there were two, of course, that they reached the state broadcaster purporting an appointment of a vice president and forming a new government of 25 ministers and 5 minister delegates in Cameroon. Mr. Longla, when you got this information about a purported presidential decree in the state broadcaster, what was your reaction?
Yeah, you use a statement there, you say whether it's funny or it's not funny, but I don't think it's funny. I think it's something serious. And it was, for me, it was out of frustration. Cameroonians are frustrated. We are frustrated. I mean, all Cameroonians are frustrated. Do you know why?
That can be a sweeping generalization. We will say all.
Because President Paul Biya is bringing down Cameroon.
Exactly.
You cannot vote a president. I don't even know who voted him.
No, at least he was voted in 2025.
But
that's what the information
I
that we
did not
got.
vote him. Yes, but the Constitutional Council announced that he was the winner. Okay, since you were announced as a winner, we all take you as a president. And when you are voted as a president, I think the next thing you're supposed to do is to restructure your government.
Exactly.
To rebuild a new government.
Yes.
So to
And the
rebuild
Constitution
a
says-
government that will be active. Let me say, for me, this mandate that was given to him, for me, was his last mandate. I will say it's his last mandate because according to age, if you follow his age, you will know that it's his last mandate. You cannot force it again, no matter what. Age is something we cannot cheat. You understand? So if we say President Paul Biya is old and he needs to go to the village and rest, we are not insulting him. We are only telling him the truth, because even if he was my grandfather, I will tell him it is time for you to rest. But there is one thing that we Cameroonians we're supposed to know is that these people have made Cameroon, like one of our panelists just said, as their property, and they are using me and you, our money, the one front that you and I are walking on the street, to renew their blood, renew their system, renew their lives. And that is why you saw the former Speaker of the House of Assembly, when he was removed from his position, he spent how many months before he died? Just few more. It means that the money that he was using was no more there. The common man money, it was no more there for him to use again and renew his life. Even the president of the Senate, when he was removed from his position, he spent how many months before he died? So that's how this thing is. And now, when I saw what happened in Yaoundé with the young man, to be honest, I say to myself that even me, if I had that opportunity, I could have done the same.
Okay.
Because
you have come out with your own presidential
yes,
case.
if I had the opportunity, if I had the means of maybe
Imitating
doing the same thing that he did, I
Yes.
could have been the first to do that. Why? Because we have waited and waited and waited to an extent that
What
our
legal
life means
framework?
nothing again.
What legal framework? Is there any time frame that expects the president to form a government after presidential election, according to your constitution?
Immediately you are voted as a president, you're supposed to renew a government.
Is that an assumption, or that's what the constitution expects? What is the time frame?
It's not.
How many days?
Yeah,
So that's what the constitution has.
Non,
Says?
usually, habituellement,
You have to- Yes, the one, because it's 90 days. So if
that
you
what
say-
the Constitution
if
says?
you- Yes, if
Okay.
you say 100 days, it means that it's because it's 3 months.
Yes.
But we are out of more than 3 months. We are going almost to a year, and nothing to say, nothing at all. He came up with an issue, and I saw the parliament where they signed something that they say the presidential decree they need to appoint a vice president.
Yes.
And we say, okay, this is another way. Maybe the vice president will come out. Okay, come out with at least a new government, because he is supposed first of all to appoint the vice president. And it is the vice president that's supposed now to come up with a list, because normally
According to the law, is the vice president in conjunction with the prime minister.
Yes, normally it was even the prime minister that's supposed to come out. That's supposed to come out with a list of ministers before the president can adopt it, according to the constitution. But now, as we have a president who is number one in everything, he is number one in my family, he is number one in football, he is number one in military, he is number one everywhere.
Everywhere,
he
number
conquered
one.
everything.
But not number one for
and you will never see him, and you will
Yes, let's
and you will never see him acting.
Time.
Now, when this guy came up with this list, sir, the only thing that came into my mind was, this is how our frustration has ended, has landed us, because every Cameroonian in our own house, and up to date, sir, let me say something. Up to date, the country is not moving. Why? Because some of us are even confused whether tomorrow there will be Cameroon or not, because the future of Cameroon is bleak. The future with Cameroon, we don't have any future for tomorrow. There is nothing that you can predict that tomorrow, because tomorrow can be something disastrous. And that's why you see, if you go to the West region, you will discover that in the West region, most of our billionaires are from the West region. And now, money is no more circulating. If you look at it very well, money is no more circulating in Cameroon. It means that all the billionaires are sit on their money because they don't know the future of Cameroon. They don't want to remove money and start doing some kind of business. Why tomorrow why tomorrow maybe war will
anything can come up.
Anything can come up. And because Issa Shiruma Bakare is there trying to corrupt the country the way he wants also in his own angle, and people are still predicting that he will come back. So if this government could have already been built, President Pobia came up with something good, and we say, he said he will a new government will be made up of women, young men, and so on. And we were expecting that let these young men come, let these women, let him do something so that we can see these people coming up with some great ideas and great. Let the country be up again, and let every activities start working.
Resume.
Yes, start working, because everywhere is closed. That is the truth. Everywhere is closed. And this young man came up with a brilliant idea. His idea was great, because out of the frustration, his idea was great. And if CRTV, he came to DBS. He did not come to DBS for DBS to announce it. He went right into their own house, which is a CRTV, so that they will announce it. And tomorrow, his name was even there.
He was Prime Minister. He was Vice President.
His name was there. I mean, if it was announced as a CRTV, I think if CRTV announced something today, tomorrow they will not change it because it's the state broadcast.
C'est une bonne question.
Yes, if CRTV by mistakenly announced what they came up with, to be honest, that is where the international community will come in. If maybe,
but that has to do with internal affairs. It does not bring in international community.
There is nothing like internal affairs. We have seen so many things happening in so many countries. Why do we have United Nations? United Nations is for what? United Nations is to stand for other countries. Is to protect other countries if there is a crisis. It's not something that is happening in the Northwest and Southwest up to date, that we have a king sitting in Yaoundé and he cannot visit his country, and even another mandate of another 7 years have been given to him.
Ministers have been going. He dispatched his prime minister to go to Northwest 2 times.
He dispatched his prime minister to go to Northwest this time.
Northwest.
Is his prime minister?
He has a right to send anybody to delegate.
Is his prime minister the president of the republic? The people want their president. The people want to see their president. The word of the president is more powerful than the word of the prime minister.
Exactly.
I want to tell you something, sir. The prime minister has been passing through the road. Go to Bonaberi, you see the dead all along the road. Everywhere. That's even accident everywhere. And the prime minister has been passing there. Do you think if the president of the republic, President Paul Biya, say I'm coming to Douala, you will see any dead along the road?
No.
You will not see even one along the road. But ministers and prime ministers have been passing through. They have been coming to Douala. But we still see the road the way it is today. That shows that what? That means that the president has the power. The president is he is the only individual that when he goes somewhere, development follows. When he goes somewhere, development follows. I remember in 2010 agro-pastoral show that they call Commis in Ebolova. That was in 2009, 2010 in Ebolova. That was when the Reta road entered Ebolova. Ebolova they were still using the kind of normal road, not to count the number of ministers are from Ebolova, but their road was not that. The road was started in 2010 because the president of the republic announced that he was to come or he will be present at the agro-pastoral show. So when you even think of what happened in Boya when he went to, I think, the military 50th anniversary of the military, you saw the road, at least they arranged the road and everywhere. When you even went to Bamenda, you saw the road was started. So that is to show you the difference between the prime minister and the president of the republic. So the president of the republic, his word is power, his word is law.
Presence.
So his word is law, his presence. So if he goes to Bamenda, I think this thing will stop. Because the economy today, let me tell you, sir, in my house, we're eating 3 plates of meal every day. But today I cannot boast of 3 plates with all my children. Why? Because the economic is down. And when we were saying this in the beginning of the crisis, that this crisis will bring down the economy of economy of Cameroon.
Tout à fait, exactly.
People was doubting or whatsoever. That is what is happening today. If you look at what is happening in Cameroon today, there is nothing. I mean, all the food stuff that maybe the Northwest were producing, it is not entering here. All the one from the far north is not entering. So the country is on this knee. And today we are calling on the number one citizen, which is the President of the Republic. We did not vote you to go and sit in whether it's Geneva to enjoy your birthday or whatsoever.
No.
We did not vote you.
He has a right for a private visit. That's the official information that was given.
He has a right for his private visit.
Yes, that's the information. A brief stay in Europe. That was the official information.
But he has
that was given
an
to us.
obligation to visit the president.
He doesn't have the right to visit the Northwest and Southwest.
No, it's not a question of having the right.
That one is an obligation.
It's not a question of he's not
Yes,
having the
it's an
right.
obligation. It's an obligation. So we are saying here. So for me to conclude, sir. For me to conclude, I'm saying that what happened in Yaoundé with that young man what happened in Yaoundé with that young man was out of frustration. And there are millions of Cameroonians. There are millions of Cameroonians who are also planning to do their own the same.
Yeah,
if the government, if the president of the republic does not stand up to come out with a government that we want this country to move forward. This country is not the property of an individual. This country is for all of us. The only thing you and I have is Cameroon. Cameroon is not for one person. Cameroon is not for President Pobia. Cameroon is not for their ministers. Cameroon is for everybody. And the same right that the president have in Cameroon, I have the same right. The only thing is that is the president of the republic, and me, I'm not the president of the republic.
Thank you.
So, but when we call his name, he is number one citizen, and we have the right to call his name to stand wherever he is sleeping. You should rise. You should rise from his slumber and see Cameroonians and carry Cameroonians to the level that we want to be.
Thank you, sir. We take Mr. Gabriel. Our time is almost.
Toi, tu fais la soutenance. On a diffusé ça à la scène nationale. On a diffusé une soutenance à la scène nationale.
Mr. Koloko, we are coming back. We are coming back to you, sir. Let us take Mr. Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel, how would this fake decrease, how would it had affected the country if it finally if CRTV actually took the fake decrees and read them on air? What would have been the impact in our community in terms of public order, in terms of security, even at the political level?
Yes, Mr. Venatius, it would have come with mixed blessings. Yes,
mixed blessing.
Yes, mixed blessing.
Yes,
because there are actually people who are crying now because it did not succeed. Yes, and if it had to happen, it would have actually painted the country very bad, security-wise. Yes, security-wise, because when you look at something like this, it will expose verification at that level. We are talking about state institutions here. I think CRTV, the national media is not any kind of place that you can just go and enter.
It's the government media.
Yes. So if this man had access to the premises of the state media with his well-drafted roster of government officials, then it means that if he had to succeed, it would actually painted the country very bad, very black. If a country like this does not have security measures to check people before they get access to the premises of the state media, then it's surely bad. But he did not succeed. So he did not succeed, but he actually succeeded.
We are not thanking God.
All right. No, when I say let him talk, please. We'll come back. Yes.
When I say he did not succeed, I'm saying that he did not succeed to have his
way through
his reshufflement read. Yes, but he actually succeeded to.
But he does not have that mandate
to stage
reshuffle the government.
To stage a massive stunt on the political map. Yes, because he actually did something big. He's on the spotlight now, though I don't know what will happen to him after this. He should surely be lamenting somewhere. We are not encouraging anybody to do that kind of thing. But the issue here is that what this man did is what every other Cameroonian would have done. I believe as many as people are watching us now, people have ideas in their minds. There are people now who are already expecting something to show up. They already are thinking, we've been hearing rumors. This might be the vice president of Cameroon. This minister may go. This other person may come as the minister. So people are disturbed.
But all these things are supposed to remain with us because we don't have the authority to do that.
The question now is who will bail the cat?
The person who has the constitutional, the legal right to do so.
The person we are talking about actually decided to do so. So he went over and decided to draft his own list to go and present, and he did not succeed fully. It would have been terrible if he succeeded. And then secondly, this kind of things test crisis response mechanism of the country or the institution concerned. Yes. What happened after that? When they discovered that he was doing it, what was the response? How is the country going to respond to this? Right. Those are the kind of things that come to test the country's ability to solve problems.
All right.
Like this.
All right. Let's take Mr. Koloko. This is not a first case where we have official documents circulating in the or presidential decree circulating in social media even before they are being released. I take the case of a Neo that had to cross over to Sokadel. One influencer posted that in the morning before the presidential decree was announced in the evening. He did not even say that a Neo would change. He gave the name of the new company that will be and exactly at night or at 5 p.m. the national broadcaster gave the same name that was published 9 hours before. Who is responsible for this mismanagement of confidential documents within the state apparatus?
Il n'a pas seulement parlé de la Socadel, il avait également parlé de ceux qui seront exclus pendant les élections de 2025. Il avait donné la liste claire et nette de ceux qui vont être ceux qui seront retenus et ceux qui seront exclus de la.
And it happened as such.
C'est arrivé comme ça.
Okay, who is responsible for that mismanagement of official documents within the state apparatus?
Ce qu'on peut dire de manière globale, c'est que on assiste là. Qui est le responsable? Pour le MRC, nous pensons que la vétusté de nos systèmes de management et de gouvernance de nos institutions, c'est ça le véritable responsable. C'est ça le véritable responsable. C'est-à-dire que nous avons des systèmes aujourd'hui, des systèmes de management, des systèmes de gouvernance qui sont désuets, dépassés. Le cas que vous évoluez là, on peut classer ce cas dans ce qu'on appelle l'anarchie du numérique. Parce que dans l'anarchie du numérique, tout y passe. La cybercriminalité, le piratage, la propagation de fausses nouvelles. Vous voyez, l'exemple des faux décrets qui sont arrivés là, on peut classer ça également dans la catégorie de l'ingénierie du crime. Vous voyez, l'ingénierie du crime, c'est-à-dire que c'est des formes très complexes avec des technologies de pointe. Là-dedans, il y a plusieurs intermédiaires de telle enseigne que pour remonter au commanditaire, c'est compliqué. Et vous verrez donc que face à ces nouveaux fléaux, le Cameroun vraiment n'a pas de structure légale pour faire face à ce genre de nouveaux fléaux, à ce genre de nouveaux défis. Et c'est ça que nous déplorons.
Is Antique not able to prevent such kind of things? Identify where it came from?
Peut-être que l'Antique a des moyens, mais ce n'est pas suffisant pour lutter contre ce genre de fléau. Peut-être que l'Antique peut avoir des moyens, mais il y a jusqu'à aujourd'hui, il n'y a pas véritablement un cadre légal qui encadre ce genre de nouveaux fléaux, ce genre de nouveaux manières de faire du crime. Il n'y a pas de cadre légal. Et c'est ce que nous déplorons. Nous proposons, par exemple, dans notre programme de gouvernance, dans notre programme politique, l'e-gouvernance. Là, par l'e-gouvernance, les choses seront, les ministères seront en réseau, les ministères et les institutions rattachés à leur ministère seront en réseau, de telle en sorte que le décret...
If they are online with what we have, is there not the possibility that most of the documents, that everything will be since everybody has access now to the social media? Je voulais demander si le gouvernement est déjà dans les réseaux sociaux ou bien sur l'e-gouvernance que vous dites là. Est-ce que ce ne serait pas facile pour hacker le gouvernement? L'authenticité des documents administratifs,
justement,
oui.
l'e-gouvernement, ce n'est pas un truc, ce n'est pas un procédé qu'on se lève, on fait à tue-tête. Non, c'est un procédé qui est pensé. Et dans l'e-gouvernance, il y a ce qu'on appelle le volet sécuritaire. On a des canaux sécurisés. Par exemple, si on était dans l'e-gouvernement, le décret qui aussi, il y avait décret, si on était dans l'e-gouvernement, ce gars qui arrive à la CATV avec les décrets ne va même pas franchir le premier stade.
Exact.
Parce que immédiatement, les gens auraient considéré l'hierarchie de la chaîne en question aurait consulté sa base de données et aurait constaté qu'à ce jour, il n'y a aucun décret qui a été signé ou il n'y a aucun décret qui a été annoncé. Donc, ce gars, si on était dans un système où le gouvernement marchait normalement. Ce gars n'aurait même pas traversé le premier stade.
Oui.
Mais quand vous regardez un média d'État comme la CRTV, ce gars a traversé tous les strates jusqu'à arriver. Je crois que c'était déjà en train d'aller faire les.
Selon ce qu'on nous dit, c'était déjà déchargé.
Oui. C'est le réflexe, comment on dit quoi, l'intuition des journalistes qui a fait comprendre que non, et puis ça s'est arrêté. Si ce journaliste n'avait pas cette intuition-là, on en serait où?
Okay, so they're a chaos total. Mr. Ashu, let us come back very briefly. Our time is almost rushing. If you look at the issue of this confidential document that we have had in social media, it's not the first time like we're indicating. How do you justify the fact that the Secretary General at the Presidency of the Republic writes a confidential document, stamped confidential, from the Presidency to the Prime Ministry, and you have it circulating in social media? Where is it come? Where is this leakage? Where is the problem coming from?
Okay, there I'm going to go a little bit as an expert, especially concerning the league of government that he's saying. There is actually no system that is unbeatable.
That cannot be cracked.
There's no system because there are actually many ways. You see, a computer has 69,000 ports through which anything can pass and enter. When I say port, there are virtual ports. Downloading a document uses one port. Connecting to the internet, uploading uses one port. Downloading uses another port. So everything that happens in a computer goes through a port. So what security does is try to block those ports. So if you have a package going in, someone can attach something to a legal packet and it goes in. That's how they steal information. Some of them even steal manually, call you, oh, I'm from the technical department. What was that, your password again? I'm a technician from the technical department.
And once you give it,
yes, you see. Okay. You see, the real problem here is this divide and rule issue of Paul Biya. You understand? The actual problem is a problem of communication. If communication flowed, okay, before 9/11 in the United States, what really happened was that the FBI knew that there was an attack. The CIA knew that there was an attack. The police did not know, the state did not know. But the FBI could not share information with the CIA. Before you share information, you had to go through the presidency, the White House, and then it goes down, you are authorized. Before they could do that, the bombs started falling.
Yes.
You understand? So when there is no coordination, no communication, everything goes down, everything can break down. That line, the passage from the prime ministry to the presidency has a lot of loopholes in between. It's not one person who carries out that thing. You understand? Okay, the idea is to do it together. Not one person doing and sending to someone. The idea is to do it together. When it's coming out, all of you already know. It's not like a report that you are reporting that I saw this and I'm making a report and sending it up. No, it is a major decision that is being taken. And that should include the major players, not some people taking it and sending. By the time you consider that idea, all of you should have already been working together. The Prime Minister should already know that something is coming. So if there is, you understand? It shouldn't be a surprise that someone is carrying something to him.
Okay.
So I think that for the question of leakage, that one is very common.
Yes.
It is very common. Somewhere along the line, something can happen.
Okay, our time is up. I wanted us to go around the table in less than 2 minutes because we have 2 minutes to go out of the studio. I want to find out from you. I'll begin with Mr. Longla. What should be done in less than a minute? What should be done to authenticate such important document like the presidential decree in Cameroon? Let's go around the table as fast as possible because our producer will be coming in at any moment.
Yeah, I think what is happening in Yaoundé now is the issue of 2 CAN or 3 CAN. And the communication, that's the country, the government now are confused there, and that's they are dividing themselves. And you can easily see that when a document is produced, maybe at the secretariat or at the secretary department, other person, because he wants to prove this other person wrong, he will also try to see how he can send the thing out.
Of course.
So the infighting there is what is causing this leakage.
Yes. So what should be done?
What should be done is that
Stem such leakages.
what should be done is that let the president stand on his feet.
You have to do it with the president.
Yes, if he is doing his work very well, I don't think such thing will happen.
Okay.
So we just want that the president should do his work and do it very well. And sir, let me use this opportunity
Very
one second
briefly,
to tell the president of the republic and Minister Tanganji that what is happening in the southwest, they should call the governor of southwest region to order. He should stop selling people's land because he doesn't know the tradition.
Okay, thank you. That one, that may take the normal channel. But here, Mr. Koloko, yes, what should be done? Quelle réforme qu'on doit adopter pour contrecarrer toutes les fuites qu'on a avec les documents officiels au Cameroun? Dans moins
Parmi les multiples solutions,
oui.
Nous, le MRC, nous proposons l'e-gouvernance. L'e-gouvernance passe par un réseau gouvernemental sécurisé.
Oui.
Là, on aura des décrets authentiques, protégés par des QR codes.
Okay.
Et alors, je vais terminer par la citation de Platon qui disait que la modernité est le meilleur rempart contre le chaos. Cette affaire de faux décrets dans nos pays, avec cette affaire de faux décrets, on a frôlé le chaos. Okay. Maintenant, la question qu'on peut se poser, quelles leçons allons-nous en tirer ou on va continuer à faire le buzz?
Thank you so much. Ngangwa, what should we do to conclude it, because our time is almost up? What should we do to limit this kind of issues that we have? You were talking about the image of the country.
Exactly. I think at the very first level, we should strengthen internal defenses. We should implement very strong technology, and we should also educate people on, sensitization campaign.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ashu, thank you for having time to talk to DBS in this edition of This Week in the News.
I think the pleasure is mine to thank DBS
Yes.
for giving me this platform through which I could express my own political views and air my views on what is happening in Cameroon.
And we hope to have you back as many times as you are available.
Anytime, I'm always available.
Thank you so much. Mr. Longla, thank you so much for making time to be here today.
Thank you, and special thanks to all the administrators of the DBS. And I'm happy it's a nice platform, and I pray to be here next time.
Thank you so much. Mr. Koloko, it was a pleasure having you here, and we hope to have you next time.
Un plaisir partagé, et merci pour l'invitation que vous nous avez faite.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ngangwa. Thank you for being there.
You're welcome. Just one thing. All the technology we are putting to fake documents,
yes,
we can invest this in our country. Then I leave a message for 2025.
Thank you so much. That's all we had time for.